Rick Sanchez. Rick Sanchez, the brilliant scientist in Rick and Morty, is inspired by Doc Brown and Mr. Fantastic. His misanthropy, alcoholism, and nihilism, which stems from his conviction that the universe has no purpose, overshadow his intelligence. He developed the portal gun and interdimensional travel because he wants to exact revenge on Rick Prime for the deaths of his wife and daughter. His science is selfish and unethical, like building Anatomy Park inside a homeless man, or crafting a love serum that disastrously mutated the world. As a reflection of his conceit, Rick rejects the scientific method and instead relies on his intelligence and improvisation. His power is demonstrated by his risky inventions, such as time-stopping devices and neutrino bombs. He uses his trauma to defend immoral behavior and sees love as a chemical reaction. Rick is a warning tale of intelligence unbridled by morality, embodying the dangers of unbridled scientific genius without ethical boundaries. Doofenshmirtz. Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, a well-known figure in Phineas and Ferb, is a comical interpretation of the villainous scientist stereotype. In contrast to darker geniuses, his ambitions are motivated by small grievances and a desire for recognition, and are frequently connected to his challenging upbringing. To gain control of the tri-state area or exact revenge on those who have wronged him, he relentlessly develops inventions known as innators, such as the Other Dimensioner and the Stinkdowner. Perry the Platypus, his crafty rival secret agent, consistently foils these schemes. Doofenshmirtz and Perry have a strange, almost amicable bond that adds depth to their interactions, despite their rivalry. Perry's prompt interventions or his own ineptitude often thwart his inventive but flawed innators, like the Mustache Builder and the Dodo Bird Hatch Builder. Frankenstein. Dr. Victor Frankenstein, a Swiss scientist in Mary Shelley's novel, epitomizes the twisted scientist archetype. Inspired by alchemists' pursuit of the elixir of life, he immerses himself in chemistry and the study of decay out of a desire to discover the secrets of life and death. As evidenced by recent scientific experiments, his obsession results in the creation of a living being from inanimate matter, most likely by energizing dead tissue with electricity. But when Frankenstein brings his creation to life, he is appalled by how it looks and leaves it in a world that rejects it. His moral failing is highlighted by this act of abandonment and his refusal to accept responsibility for the monster's subsequent deeds. Driven by the monster's suffering and thirst for vengeance, the tragic outcomes that ensue serve as a sobering reminder of the moral obligations that come with scientific advancement and the perils of letting ambition take precedence over ethics. Frankenstein's tale continues to be a profound examination of the sinfulness of tampering with nature's basic laws and the disastrous results of scientific hubris. Eggman. Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, Sonic the Hedgehog's arch-nemesis, is a brilliant yet unstable scientist with an IQ of 300, driven by an obsession with world domination. He builds an army of badnik robots and the weaponized Eggmobile, a programmable hovercraft with lasers and missiles, using his knowledge of robotics, mechanics, and quantum physics. His creations also include massive robots, a variety of vehicles, and expansive factories. Eggman's pursuit of the Chaos Emeralds to power his doomsday devices is unrelenting. Even though Sonic constantly thwarts his schemes, Eggman's commitment to technological oppression and his contempt for freedom and the natural world solidify his status as a perverse genius. His confrontation with Sonic represents the conflict between the forces of nature and liberty and technological ambition. Syndrome. Syndrome, originally Buddy Pine, was Mr. Incredible's ardent fan, aspiring to be his sidekick, Incrediboy. Rejected, his admiration turned to resentment, driving him to become the villain Syndrome. Lacking superpowers, he harnessed his intellect to invent rocket boots for flight, zero-point energy to trap foes, and the Omnidroid, an AI robot built to adapt and eliminate superheroes. Operation Kronos was his plan to unleash the Omnidroid on Metroville and then stage its defeat so he could claim hero status. He made a fortune selling weapons, but he saved his best technology for this scheme. Based on his resentment of them, Syndrome sought to market his inventions, arguing that genuine superheroes would become less distinctive if everyone became super. He was defeated when he abducted Jack-Jack, whose abilities caused Syndrome to die. This story illustrates how rejection fueled his destructive journey from admirer to enemy, highlighting the dangers of unbridled ambition and the fallacious belief that heroism can be manufactured. Mr. Hyde. In Robert Louis Stevenson's Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dr. Henry Jekyll, a respected Victorian scientist, explores the duality within human nature. He creates a potion to separate his own opposing sides because he is fascinated by them, and changes into his evil alter ego, Mr. Edward Hyde. As the embodiment of Jekyll's most sinister impulses, Hyde is hideous and immoral, and he commits violent crimes, such as killing Sir Danvers Carew. Jekyll initially enjoys Hyde's freedom and fulfills his secret desires without tarnishing his reputation. He is quickly appalled by Hyde's increasing brutality, though. Jekyll loses control and abruptly transforms into Hyde as Hyde's power grows. His crisis worsens when the essential component of the potion, a rare salt with an impurity, becomes unavailable. Jekyll realizes Hyde will soon overtake him permanently, sealing his fate. This tale warns of the dangers in tampering with the human psyche through science, reflecting the timeless battle between good and evil within us all. Dr. Krieger. Dr. Krieger, the morally ambiguous head of applied research at ISIS, later Figgis Agency, in the animated series Archer, embodies a darkly comedic yet deeply unsettling archetype of a twisted scientist. To support his macabre side projects, he lives in a low-income neighborhood and demonstrates an uncanny skill at handling corpses and developing cyborg technology. Strange and unethical experiments are common in his lab. His inventions include a reanimated cyborg co-worker named Katya, terrifying cyborg devil dogs, grotesque Krieger clones, and a virtual anime girlfriend named Mitsuko Miyazumi-san. His creations range from the grotesque, such as the human-animal hybrids Piggly and Goatly, to the ridiculous, such as LSD-laced magic breath strips, and a submarine used to smuggle cocaine. Krieger's unsettling persona is further enhanced by hints of Nazi sympathies or a connection to Hitler. His criminal activities, fascination with the morbid, and complete lack of ethics solidify his deranged character. He serves as an example of how technology can be abused in unethical hands through his twisted humor and boundary-pushing experiments. Dark comedy is produced by Dr. Krieger's scientific depravity, and his outrageous inventions never cease to astound. Farnsworth. Professor Hubert J. Farnsworth, the elderly and often amoral owner of Planet Express in Futurama, is a mad scientist whose genius is frequently compromised by his senility and eccentricities. A distant relative of Philip J. Fry, he is a master of many sciences and makes dangerous and strange inventions with little regard for the consequences. Notable inventions include the smelloscope for detecting far-off objects, a hat that increases a monkey's intelligence, and hazardous doomsday devices. The dangerous tasks he gives his staff and his desire for their organs show how little he cares about their safety. Farnsworth's chaotic genius is demonstrated by his inventions, such as the parallel universe box and the what-if machine. Despite his intelligence, his senility, and lack of morals frequently result in unanticipated risks. Descended from both an inventor and a counterfeiter, he embodies a mix of scientific prowess and irresponsibility. His twisted nature stems from prioritizing bizarre experiments over others' well-being and universal stability. Alright, that's my list. Tell me in the comments who you think is the most twisted and why.